Hello my friends, I want to share something with you today that could save your life or the life of someone you love. We've always been told that exercise is the key to staying strong and healthy, and that's true, but there's one very common mistake people make in the morning that can quietly put them at risk for serious heart problems or even a stroke. I've been in the health field for decades, and even I was surprised when I first learned about this. Many older adults wake up, skip water, and jump straight into intense workouts like heavy lifting or fast-paced cardio. It might feel like a good way to get it done before the day starts, but your body in the early morning is in a completely different state than later in the day. Your blood pressure is naturally at its highest, your blood vessels are tighter, your blood is thicker from overnight dehydration, and your heart is already working harder. Adding sudden, heavy strain at that moment can create the perfect storm for trouble. My goal today isn't to scare you, it's to help you exercise in a way that protects your heart, your brain, and your future. I want you to feel confident and strong without putting yourself in unnecessary danger. Before we start, I'd love to know, where are you watching from today? Just drop your state or city in the comments below. And if you have any natural health tips of your own, feel free to share those too. Someone else might really benefit from hearing what's worked for you. Point 1. Why mornings put extra pressure on your heart and brain. When you first wake up in the morning, your body is going through a big change. During sleep, your blood pressure stays lower so your heart can rest. But as you wake up, your body releases certain hormones, like cortisol and adrenaline, that raise your blood pressure and make your heart beat faster. This is part of your natural rhythm, called the circadian rhythm, and it's how your body prepares you to start the day. The problem is, for many people over 60, this morning rise in blood pressure can be dangerous. As we age, our blood vessels become a little stiffer, and many of us already have some plaque buildup in our arteries, even if we feel fine. In the early morning, your arteries are less flexible and more tight, which means your heart has to push harder to get blood through them. If you also have thick blood from overnight dehydration, that pressure inside the vessels gets even higher. Now imagine adding heavy exercise at that exact moment. Your heart is already working harder than normal, your blood vessels are narrower, and then you suddenly strain and lift, or push yourself hard in cardio. That spike in pressure can be enough to trigger a stroke or heart attack in someone who has a weak spot in their vessels. And here's the tricky part, you don't always know if you have one. Many people find out only after something happens. This is why mornings are considered a high-risk time for heart problems, especially between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. It doesn't mean you shouldn't be active in the morning, but it does mean you need to be smart about it. In the next point, I'll share how to prepare your body so you can exercise safely without putting your health at risk. Point 2. The hidden risk of morning dehydration. One of the most overlooked dangers for older adults in the morning is dehydration. While you sleep, your body loses water through breathing, sweating, and the natural work your organs do during the night. That means by the time you wake up, you've gone 6 to 8 hours without a single sip of water. Even if you don't feel thirsty, your body is already in a mild state of dehydration. When you're dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker. Think about it like this. Blood should flow smoothly through your arteries, like water through a clean pipe. But if it's thicker, it moves more slowly and requires more force from your heart to push it around your body. This raises your blood pressure and puts extra strain on your cardiovascular system. Now combine that with the natural morning blood pressure surge we just talked about. Your vessels are already tighter, your blood pressure is already higher, and now you've got thicker blood flowing through them. If you go straight from bed into heavy exercise, especially lifting weights or doing high-intensity cardio, you're adding another major layer of strain. This can trigger problems like dizziness, chest discomfort, or in the worst cases, a stroke or heart attack. The good news is, this risk is easy to lower. Before you reach for coffee or start your workout, drink 16 to 20 ounces of clean, room-temperature water. This helps thin your blood, rehydrate your cells, and prepare your heart for the day ahead. You can even add a squeeze of lemon for extra flavor and health benefits. Starting your day with water instead of jumping straight into activity is one of the simplest and most powerful steps you can take to protect your heart and brain. Point 3. Why a proper warm-up matters more after 60. As we get older, our bodies need more time to wake up physically before handling strain. When you're in your 20s or 30s, you might jump straight into exercise without thinking twice, but after 60, your muscles, joints, and ligaments don't respond the same way. They're a little stiffer in the morning, your connective tissue is less elastic, and your blood flow is slower until you start moving. A proper warm-up helps you avoid injuries and reduce strain on your heart. When you warm up, you gradually increase blood flow to your muscles, raise your heart rate in a controlled way, and get your joints lubricated. This also wakes up your nervous system so your body can respond faster and more efficiently during exercise. Skipping this step is like trying to drive your car at full speed on a cold winter morning without letting the engine warm up. You're just asking for trouble. For older adults, a good warm-up doesn't have to be complicated. Start with 5 minutes of light walking, either around your home or outside. Then do gentle movements like arm circles, shoulder rolls, or bodyweight squats. If you plan to lift weights, begin with very light sets before adding more resistance. If you're doing cardio, start at a slow pace and build up gradually. This gentle start gives your heart and blood vessels time to adjust, helps prevent sudden blood pressure spikes, and prepares your muscles so you can move more freely. You'll also notice you feel stronger and more balanced once you begin your main workout. Think of your warm-up as an investment. It only takes a few minutes, but it can save you weeks or even months of recovery from injury or illness. Point 4. Warning signs you should never ignore during morning exercise. One of the most dangerous mistakes older adults make is pushing through discomfort during a workout. Many people think, "I'm just tired," or "I just need to get warmed up," but sometimes those feelings are your body's way of warning you that something is wrong. After 60, your heart, brain, and blood vessels can be more sensitive to sudden stress, and ignoring warning signs can turn a small issue into a life-threatening emergency. If you ever feel dizzy or lightheaded, stop immediately. This can be a sign that your brain isn't getting enough oxygen or blood flow. If you experience chest pressure or pain, especially if it spreads to your neck, jaw, other red flags include sudden shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, feeling much more tired than normal for the activity you're doing, nausea paired with sweating, or a feeling of heaviness or tingling in your arms or face. These can be signs of heart problems or even a mini-stroke, TIA. Don't brush them off, thinking they'll go away. Get checked right away. Remember, feeling strong isn't about ignoring pain or discomfort. Real strength is knowing when to stop and protect yourself. Your workout is meant to improve your health, not put it at risk. If something feels off, there is no shame in pausing, resting, or calling for help. The goal is to keep you active for years to come, not to push so hard that you cut your journey short. By listening to your body and respecting these signals, you're not being weak, you're being wise. And that wisdom can literally save your life. Point 5. Smarter morning exercise strategies for seniors. If you enjoy working out in the morning, you don't have to stop, you just have to do it in a way that works with your body, not against it. The first and most important step is hydration. Before anything else, drink 16 to 20 ounces of water at room temperature. This helps thin your blood, rehydrate your body after the night, and reduce strain on your heart. Make water your first priority, before coffee, breakfast, or exercise. Next, give yourself time before doing anything intense. Ideally, wait 30 to 60 minutes after waking up before heavy lifting or high-intensity cardio. Use this time for lighter movement, like walking, gentle stretching, or mobility exercises. This allows your heart rate and blood pressure to stabilize before you push your body harder. If you must exercise early, adjust the type and intensity. Focus on lighter resistance, slower pacing, and controlled movements. Avoid holding your breath while lifting, as this can cause dangerous spikes in blood pressure. Instead, breathe steadily, exhale as you lift or push, inhale as you lower or release. Incorporating mindfulness can also make a big difference. Try a few minutes of deep breathing, prayer, or meditation before you start. This calms your nervous system, relaxes your blood vessels, and helps your body transition smoothly into activity. And remember, safety is more important than speed. You don't need to prove anything to anyone in the gym or on the walking trail. Your goal is to stay strong, mobile, and healthy for many years. By making small adjustments, hydrating, delaying heavy work, warming up properly, you can protect your heart and brain while still enjoying all the benefits of regular exercise. Point 6. Manage morning stress before you move. Your heart doesn't just respond to physical activity, it also reacts to your emotions. In the morning, your stress hormones are already higher to help you wake up. If you immediately start your day by checking the news, scrolling through social media, or jumping into stressful emails, you can unknowingly push your blood pressure even higher. For older adults, that extra stress first thing in the morning can add to the risk of heart strain, especially if you exercise right afterward. When you feel stressed, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol, which tighten your blood vessels and make your heart beat faster. If you're already in that tense state and then add heavy lifting or intense cardio, you're stacking physical stress on top of emotional stress. This is one of the reasons heart attacks and strokes are more common in the early hours. The good news is, you can lower this risk with a simple change: give your mind and body a calm start before jumping into anything demanding. After waking up, take a few slow, deep breaths. If you pray or meditate, spend a few minutes doing that. Even sitting quietly with a cup of water and focusing on your breathing can relax your blood vessels and prepare your heart for safe activity. You can also set a rule for yourself: no stressful phone calls, emails, or news before your warm-up. Let your body transition from sleep to wakefulness without the mental spikes that add unnecessary pressure to your heart. By managing morning stress, you're not only protecting your cardiovascular health, you're also setting a more positive tone for the rest of your day. Point 7. Choosing the right type of morning exercise after 60. If you enjoy being active in the morning, you don't have to give it up, you just need to pick activities that work with your body's natural morning state. Heavy weightlifting, high-intensity interval training, or fast sprints are best saved for later in the day, when your blood pressure is lower and your body is more warmed up. But there are plenty of gentler options that can help you feel energized without putting unnecessary strain on your heart and blood vessels. One great choice is light walking, either around your home, in your yard, or in a nearby park. This gets your muscles moving, increases circulation gradually, and helps your joints loosen up. Gentle stretching or yoga can also be excellent, especially for improving flexibility and balance. If you prefer resistance work, use lighter weights or resistance bands, and focus on slow, controlled movements instead of maximum effort. Another option is low-impact cardio, like stationary cycling at an easy pace, swimming, or water aerobics. These activities give you the benefits of exercise: better circulation, more mobility, and improved mood, without the big spikes in blood pressure that come from sudden, intense exertion. The key is to let your body transition from rest to movement in a steady way. Think of morning exercise after 60 as a wake-up routine for your muscles, heart, and brain, not a test of your limits. By choosing the right type of activity, you'll not only stay safe but also enjoy your mornings more, knowing you're building your health without adding unnecessary risk. My friends, the way you start your morning can make all the difference for your heart, your brain, and your overall health. Exercise is one of the best things you can do for your body, but the timing and approach matter, especially after 60. Your mornings are a time when blood pressure is naturally higher, your blood vessels are tighter, and your body is just waking up from hours of rest. Jumping straight into heavy, intense workouts in that state can put you at unnecessary risk. But here's the good news: you have the power to change that. By making small, smart adjustments like hydrating first thing, giving your body time before heavy effort, warming up properly, and listening to warning signs, you can keep enjoying the benefits of exercise while avoiding the dangers. These steps cost nothing, take very little time, and can protect you from serious health problems. I want you to remember this: your health is a gift. Every heartbeat, every breath, every step is something to be thankful for. Don't take it for granted.